All right, let's go from one Big 12 team winning to another Big 12 game. Houston taking down Colorado in our final game review in Week 3, beating them 36-20 on Friday night. Let's go over the highest graded players, starting off with the Houston Cougars, starting off with their defensive tackle, Carlos Allen Jr., 80.2 grade. Stephon Johnson, the wide receiver, 73.5. Rook Brown, the safety, 73.2. Mark Stampley, the second, the safety, 70.2. Another corner here, and Latrell McCutcheon Sr., another defensive back, I should have said, 69.9. And then Connor Wigman with a very good 78.8 grade in the win for Houston. Let's go over to Colorado with their highest graded players in the loss, starting off with edge rusher Alexander McPherson, 83.2. Sean Myers, 80.1. The linebacker Tawfiq Byard, the younger brother of Kevin Byard, all-pro safety, 79.1. Jordan Seaton, looking like one of the best, maybe the best pass blocker in college football, 77 grade in the loss. Arden Walker, edge rusher, 76.2. Ryan Staub making his second career start for Colorado, and maybe his final one. We'll see what goes on later on in the year, but it was not pretty for him with only a 28.8 grade in the loss for the Buffaloes. Dalton, what was the stat that told the story for you?
This Colorado offense, and this is what I was worried about before Week 1. We've previewed 2 of their games. I picked against them in both because they have no identity on offense. They have absolutely they have no idea what they want to be on offense. If it's Caden Salter, if it's Ryan Staub, if at some point here very soon it's Juju Lewis, 88% of their yards in this game came on their 3 touchdown drives. They are not sustaining it. There are moments, right? It's the 2-minute drill before the end of the first half. There are moments. There were moments with Caden Salter, right? But there is no consistency. There is no identity to this offense. And every offense, and the problem is right now, I just don't, I watch them offensively. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if they want to be a run-first team. And if it was Caden Salter, that would be your quarterback. I don't know if they want a quick passing game like they had last year with either Staub or Lewis. I don't see them attack downfield often enough, even though they do probably have at least a couple receivers who can do that. I just don't see. And the worst part about it, they have right now the 10th best pass blocking grade in the country. If they had this pass protection last year, and again, different unit, Seaton in year 2, they got some transfers. This offensive line is actually the best part of this team right now. If they had this pass protection last year, they wouldn't have lost a game.
Imagine saying that the best part of Colorado was the offensive line like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And now, and it's not just because everything else is so bad, even though offensively it kind of is. Again, 10th best pass blocking grade in the country.
No, Seaton is
Jordan Seaton right
superstar.
now. Jordan Seaton right now might be the best pass blocker in the country. This Houston defense, they're playing really good football. The secondary, Willie Fritz has got this secondary playing really well. They stopped the run well with Carlos Allen and those guys up front. This Houston defense, the offense is still a work in progress. They did score 36 in this game. It was better. I thought they played better in this game offensively, Houston, than the first 2 games. Wigman's still in a work in progress as a passer. The passing game is going to be a concern for me going forward, but Dean Connors in the run game. Tanner Koziol's really good. That's an NFL tight end. But this Colorado offense, I don't know what you have to look at and believe that they can get better. I've no, because and the offensive line is good this time, and it's everything else. And the quarterback situation tells you everything you need to know. The fact that Ryan Staub, first of all, the Delaware game and all 3 guys playing, and the fact that Ryan Staub started this game tells you they don't have any direction offensively at all.
Yeah, the fact that Staub was phenomenal, I will say, in the Delaware game, but the fact that 13 dropbacks against Delaware was enough for them to go, let's start him next game. Let's just see what happens next game. That's really what
against a team
that just joined the
FBS. They're just joined the FBS. Their second game in the FBS. And you don't I know Salter struggled with the accuracy, but wouldn't you want to let him, I know Staub played, but wouldn't you want to try to let Salter ride it out?
Yeah.
Like, okay, if he actually.
In this game when Staub was struggling, why not put him in?
Because Staub got the drive before the 2-minute, and this was a 2-point game at halftime. So they showed enough flashes in the second quarter that you go, okay, maybe he's finding a rhythm, and then he just never did. No, this Colorado team offensively, this is a mess.
Outside of pass blocking, they're a mess right now.
Yeah.
My stat is 52.8 offensive grade for Colorado in this loss. They had sub-60 grades in passing, receiving, rushing, and run blocking. 52.8 offensive grade in this game is the lowest since their loss to UCLA in 2023. It's their second worst offensive grade in the Deion Sanders era at Colorado. They have no idea who the quarterback is right now for this team. He really struggled. Staub really struggled against Houston. Salter has not looked great in 2 games either. Do you try out a true freshman in Julian Lewis, a highly rated true freshman at that, but do you try him out and see what happens there? I don't know. The receiving weapons don't look great right now either after losing, I think, their top 4 receivers from last year, I believe. So they lost a lot from last year. The only thing, and I mean the only thing you could bank on right now is that offensive line being really good in pass protection, and Jordan Seaton is an outright superstar. This guy's a superstar. I think he's going to be the best tackle in America going into next year. He's probably going to be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. 2 in 2027, the way he's playing right now, he is a franchise left tackle. I do have no doubts about that. But if your only thing on offense is your offensive line, I mean, look at Iowa. Iowa's offense is the offensive line. That's not good enough right now, right? Colorado's kind of feels like the same thing for them right now. It's just a lot going wrong for them. So I wanted to ask you, Dalton, before we move on to Houston. I know Houston fans are probably watching and saying there's way too much Colorado talk, but real quick, who would you start next week for Colorado at quarterback against Wyoming? I'd probably go back to Salter.
Probably Salter. The problem is if you put Julian Lewis out there, you want to protect him. But your offensive line is good, and he actually will be protected. But at the same time, is it worth burning a red shirt with where this offense is at right now? Because, again,
I don't know if I worry about a red shirt right now.
Honestly. I think the problem for Colorado's offense, it's half quarterback play and half offensive philosophy. I don't know what they want to do on offense. Last year it was, all right, we have Shedeur. Let's just let him rip. He's an NFL quarterback. I don't know. Until I know if they want to run the football and be that kind of team and be an option team and something more like that, then you play Salter. Ryan Staub that's not the answer. They tried that. Okay. You just can't send Ryan Staub back out there for another game, like playing like that. So if you want to run the football and you want to commit to more grinding, maybe and they got to get better on defense too. Their run defense is not on the level it was last year, and they still make a lot of the same mistakes that they do with certain things, quarterback run and running backs wheeling out of the backfield. They still make some of the same mistakes. So this is an average defense too, to me. If you want to slow the game down and run the ball, play Salter. If you want to run it more like you did with Staub this week, then you play Lewis. And then you just go, you know what, kid, the offensive line's pretty good. Let's just develop in the fire.
A good offensive line with Julian Lewis, based on his play in high school, that is a recipe for success.
The entire goal for this Colorado offense should have been know who your starting quarterback is before this game, before the first Big 12 game. Even if you lost the Georgia Tech game, know who the quarterback is before this game. Now we are past the first Big 12 game, and they have no idea who their quarterback is. It's not good.
Yeah.
Salter is probably the answer. But you still have to tilt the offense in a way that he can produce.
Yeah.
Because he can't run the same offense that Shedeur did or Ryan Staub or Julian Lewis. He's a different type of player.
No. I'm blaming the quarterbacks. I'm blaming Pat Shurmur right now for this offense. My ears are ringing. I can already see all the comments right now from Houston fans saying, can we please get to us because we actually won this football game.
Absolutely.
Let's get to Houston right now. What impressed you the most in this victory?
All right, I'm going to start with the guy I think is the best defensive player, Carlos Allen Jr., the big defensive tackle. And I'll tell you what, the impact that he has on games reminds me a bit of when Houston had Jamari Caldwell a couple of years ago before his last year at Oregon. And
I thought you were going to say Ed Oliver for a second. I was like, oh,
easy now.
I got excited.
That's you're getting a little high. We're not gonna go back that far now. Maybe we'll get there. Give me another couple weeks. Maybe we'll get to Ed Oliver status. But no, I mean Carlos Allen, just fantastic stuff. And the big thing for me, I think, is he's one of those defensive tackles. You're not gonna get the sack stats, and it's just like Jamari Caldwell. It's the same idea. 88 run defense grade in this game, right? Actually, he had a 76.8 run defense grade with 6 tackles and 4 stops and a batted pass. When he was on the field in this game, Houston had an 88 run defense grade. When he was off the field, and there was a little stretch where he had a minor injury and then he came back. When he was off the field, 53.4 as a team. He is like, it's the same thing as Jamari Caldwell that I see with Houston and Or. When he's on the field, he just makes everybody better. Carlos Allen in the middle of this defense. And look, this defense, I'll be honest with you, this defense is good. This is a good defense. I think offensively, again, work in progress. To me, I watch Houston right now, and especially after this game, and I go, this is a better version of last year's team.
Yeah.
They're a little more capable of throwing the ball, but at the end of the day, they want to be physical. They want to play good defense. They want to run the ball with Dean Connors. And with Connor Wigman, you've got Tanner Koziol. To me, the tight end is their number one weapon. I think what you're getting out of Houston right now, it's a better version of last year's team. You go back to the blueprint of the way that, remember when they beat Kansas State? What was that, 19-17, I think that game was? It's exactly that. We're going to stop the run. We're not going to give up explosive plays. We're going to grind it out offensively. We're not going to be high-flying, and this Houston team is not going to be high-flying. But if you're a team that's looking to get – they're going to make you fight in a phone booth is what they're going to do. So credit to Houston big time. Credit to – you're going to mention Connor Wigman, especially on the ground. Dean Connors is the exact right type of physical back in this offense. I love Tanner Koziol. That's a legitimate NFL prospect. But I think Willie Fritz is really – it's kind of building it the same way he had at Tulane. Great defense. We got Mekhi Hughes. Once we got the quarterback and Michael Pratt going, then we became a big-time team. But it's going to start with being the more physical team in a phone booth.
Big day for Carlos Allen. I want to quickly, my favorite recruiting stat, Dalton, I'm sure I've told you a million times already.
You have. You told me yesterday, in fact, when I've heard it 60 times already. But please, for the people.
I have not told the people this stat.
Tell the people your favorite thing
and
ever.
Also,
yes.
it involves both programs, actually. So there's only been 2 5-star recruits ever that did not go to a Power 4 school initially. It was Ed Oliver when he went to Houston back when they were part of the Americans, so not before when they were in the Big 12. And it was Travis Hunter, who went to Jackson State before transferring to Colorado. So those are the only 2 5-star recruits ever in the history that have not gone to a Power 4 school initially coming out. So I thought it was a pretty fun stat. I love that stat right there.
That's your favorite anything?
And I think I've told you that a million times.
You have.
I apologize.
I believe you tell me every Saturday. I'm pretty sure.
I think we watched the Bills-Ravens game and he forced the fumble on Derrick Henry. I was like, Ed Oliver, he's the only 5-star recruit.
He's the only
you're like, I know, I get it.
Yeah. It's like, thank you. I know we're going to watch Bengals-Jags today. And you're like, hey, there's that guy. There's that 5-star recruit. Yes,
You've heard of Travis Hunter? Yeah, I have, yeah. All right, my most impressive was Connor Wigman. He was solid as a passer in this one, 67.7 passing grade, 15 for 25, 222 yards, 1 big-time throw, 1 turnover with a play. We see right there from producer Eli putting the video up. He was excellent as a runner in this game for Houston. 17 carries for 91 yards, 2 touchdowns, another 5 first downs. Houston did a really good job of using him in the read option game and on design quarterback runs. And Dalton, you mentioned it. He struggled as a passer against man coverage in his career. But the thing is with man coverage, when defensive backs are turned to quarterbacks, that's when the mobility comes in for quarterbacks, and that's where Connor Wigman killed Colorado's defense in this game. So great day for Connor Wigman on the ground. A better day as a passer than we expected him to have too, but really good day all around for the former 5-star recruit at Texas A&M, now obviously at Houston. And now, for the first time in 9 years, your Houston Cougars are 3-0. To start the season.
And who was on that team, Max?
That was Ed Oliver.
There you go.
There we go.
There, full circle. There, you get your stat in there naturally, sort of.
Yeah.
Jeez. Anyway, no, certainly gritty effort from Wigman. I think the passing game for Houston is still the quote-unquote concern going forward into Big 12 play, but this team playing the physical style football that they do, they're not fun to play. I'll tell you that much. You're going to leave a little battered and bruised when you play the Cougars now.